Ryan, RDFPD, John C. Welcome, guys. I hope y'all are having a great week so far. Tiff, hey, lady, how are you? I know things have gotten busy for you all. Warmer weather means much more work. RJs, welcome, my dear. J-Dub Vlogs, welcome. Night Train, hey, 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 babe. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. We are almost at the end of the week. Another week survived. Been working on a special decal. Ooh. Time will tell what Miss Tiff is working on this time. And you guys know if you need anything made, hit her up. She is a magician. She does embroidery now along with the decals, so definitely check her out. Green Frog, welcome, my dear. I'm doing all right. It's a wacky Wednesday. Boy, has it ever been a whacked out couple weeks, too. The lady that does answering all the lines and everything, and she also matches up invoices to packing slips to purchase orders, was on vacation last week, and that meant I got to do two people's jobs, mine and hers. And then on top of that, my boss was out quite a bit, and that meant I got to do three people's jobs. So Crystal got whacked last week, and I was tired most of the week. This week is like catch up and kind of like, so it's not that bad. Rain's coming tonight for the rest of the week, Mike. Well, we're supposed to have some storms here tonight, but later on. I think they were calling for them around 10, 11 o'clock. And it's supposed to rain all night long, but then it's supposed to clear up, I think, around 8 a.m. and then be nice. So you'll be able to let the hair down come Friday. I totally understand that. Dano, hey, baby. Oh, no, Ryan, did she get stung by a bee? I was going to say bit by a bee, but I think I'm the only one that gets that. Well, Mike, hopefully your parts get there soon, babe. I know what it's like to sit and wait, and it's like, come on. What are you, on the slow boat? And you can track them, and they're in the state down from you or something. And it still takes like 2 or 3 days. No, Chris is not out flying right now, Ryan. He's out in the living room and also cooking. So thank you, J-Dub. I appreciate that, my dear. Oh, she's got an abscessed tooth. Oh, Ryan, you were supposed to take better care of her while Mom was gone. What did you feed her? Vanilla milkshakes? I'm glad you got the frog today. A lot of people got their packages today. A day early, it seems like. The post office was telling me I had sent a package to Reaper, and it was telling me that it wouldn't be there until Thursday. And he messaged me today that he had got it. Ryan, yours had told me Thursday, and you got yours today. So I don't know if Adam got his today. Alvin is supposed to get his tomorrow. The post office and I have become good friends. You got a rock. As in the rock out in the yard, or the rock on TV, or come on, Dano, you gotta fill me in a little. Right, Tiff? The post office lady knows us well. Ed, love my drones. Hey, babe. Right? USB pet rock? Come on, Dano, fill me in. You can't just leave me hanging. Yeah, she's like, here's your receipt. You know where all the tracking and everything is. And I'm like, yeah, you know this. Yep. Order from RDQ. Things come very quickly. Ordered Saturday, got it Monday. I ordered today, so hopefully by Friday. Ed, have you figured out what's wrong with Batman yet? Did you do the test that Chris told you to? Dude, I need info. Need input. Need input. Come on, Ed. Talk to me, babe. Yeah, I've got to make another trip to the post office again this week. Oh, yeah, okay. Charlie Brown on Halloween. Gotta rock. I understand now, babe. Ryan's ordering more Gold Bat Novonic lipos. That's a good thing. You know, Tiff, I'd love to take it all at once, but then the sticker shock of how much everything costs is like, sheesh. So I try to like break it down. That way it doesn't look as bad. Mike, as in Night Train kept you up way too late? Night Train will do that to you. Keep people up too late, Night Train. You keep us entertained after dark. I've seen some of those live streams. Mm-hmm. Yep. I've been a part of some of those live streams. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, you think it was the other way around? Love My Drones kept you up? That's a good possibility, too. I think that's kind of like tit for tat. I think you all bitch kind of like just kept going back and forth, 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 and yeah, time just kind of flies by at that point. What, Mike? I thought you only did that on Wednesday and Friday. That was a Tuesday. Went live this morning. Had two people in there. Mornings are no good for me. It's hit and miss. Brad, welcome, my dear. Oh, and Mondays lately, but you skipped Monday, so you hit yesterday. I can understand Mondays. Mondays are rough for everybody. Chris loves that charger. Numerous other people have that same charger, Ryan. Well, Ed, you got to stop and think. Not everybody's working. You know, some of these people have the luxury of being retired or just have the day off. One of these days, Ed, we'll have that luxury. Oh, that sucks, Mike. Outside all day. Ugh. I know that's where Eric is as well. Outside all day. Right? You keep buying them tickets, babe. The other day, I think Powerball was up to 54 million. Went and bought my tickets. Didn't win a damn thing. That's just my luck. Although I can't say that. I cannot say that because I can get lucky and win all sorts of things. Just like I texted Chris and Rusty, I think it was not last week, the week before. No, last week. I think it was like last Monday. I won 2 tickets to the air show this weekend on Father's Day in Ocean City. And I've never been to the air show, even though I live a half hour away from it. There's just always so many people, and it's, if you don't actually buy tickets and you just sit on the beach, it is insane. But winning 2 tickets in what they call the drop zone, which we'll be sitting here, and the parachute landing zone and everything is like right here, and they literally come right down over top of the water right in front of the drop zone and do all of their performances. So keep your eyes peeled because photos will be coming after this weekend for sure. But I've never been before, so that's totally cool that I won those tickets. Right? Well, see, that's the thing. Chris is not a fan of huge crowds at all. At all. So he was even like, "You and Rusty go." And I'm like, "No." So Rusty ended up buying his own ticket. So all 3 of us are going. And Rusty actually switched days with a guy he works with so he could be off because he was going to have to work. So, ah, Dano. Oh, I feel your pain on that one. Flew a new spot last Sunday. Forgot to turn the GoPro off for hours. Overrode all of his footage. He got great footage of the back seat. Now, is there any awesome karaoke going on in that video, Dano? Or is it just like the quiet ride? We're going to the air show in Ocean City, Ryan. Right, Ed? One of these days, one of us is going to win the lottery, and then we're definitely going to have that drone asylum that we all keep talking about. Vampire. Boo. Hey, babe. How are you? Hope you've gotten to fly. See, I know. Ooh, you built a toothpick too? Chris just built one. I don't even know where it is. Oh, there it is. He built this one this week. He just put the video out. Flies nicely. Mine is too fast. Oh, his phone's in here, dear. It's charging. The air show in Ocean City is this weekend, Ryan. Ed, it's funny you say that because there is a golf course that is for sale literally 10 minutes from my house. It's beautiful. Chris was talking about possibly taking his over there, and I'm like, oh, Lord. Like, yeah, golf course, definitely. Right? That's what he said. It's vacant. Go rip it. I said, yeah, there's probably people over there still playing golf, even though there's no fees right now. Yeah, Brad, I wish. If I ever hit the lottery and it's still for sale, I'll buy it then. Oh, I hope to, Ryan. You know, I like the planes and to get to see this that close. Exactly, Vampire. They ain't supposed to be there either. Right, Ed? Easy for you to say, Brad. Ah, man, we'd love to buy something like that. I know, right? Almost had that plane ride. We should have just like thrown Chris on the plane and then, I mean, we'd have had to deal with the consequences later. Sorry, guys, we've got the next flight. But yeah, that would be sweet to own that golf course. I will, Ryan. That's why I said pictures are coming, my dear. I'm not half as good as your mom. I'm not even a quarter as good as your mom. But you're funny. I'll definitely try to get some pictures and send them to you, babe. Yeah, I walked right into that one. Vampire said, "Go rip that golf course."
What's up? I ought to take my camera bird over there and see what kind of property is over there.
He built a toothpick and sent you a text.
Hey, everybody.
I said, "Well, sorry about that. Your phone's in here charging."
Yeah, come down on me. Man, I've been ripping on that toothpick.
That's what I said, Brad. I think we're all in just about the same boat. You know, just like either borderline broke or are broke. So yeah, we're the broke RC crew.
We're the rotor dicks.
Oh, that's not true. Chip and I don't qualify.
Sweet looking toothpick.
He said it's too fast.
Turn the rate down. I used at first I used kebabs or put you some Avon Rush 2.5-inch props on it. Way more control. Dano, I'll be drone. What's up, brother?
Yeah, Ed, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, babe.
Here's the heads, baby. Waiting on the heart. Ryan.
Dano said to tell you he said hello and he watched your toothpick video. It ripped.
Dude, I was really impressed with it. Enough that I am turning the 75X into one also.
Awesome, Ryan. You asked her about that for me?
Kagan, what's up?
Oh, I'm so glad. Ryan's mom's going to show me her camera and show me how to take some nice pictures.
See, Ryan, told you. We'll get up there.
Chris just wants to fly. He's teaching you. Your mom's teaching me.
Ryan's teaching me. Let me teach you.
No, I said you're teaching Ryan. Acro.
You teach yourself.
Dano said you should have rolled the passenger window all the way down. Oh, poor Dano made a mistake.
I know. I'm like, man. Oh, look.
He flew at a new spot on Sunday. Left his GoPro on for hours. It overwrote the footage. He got some amazing footage from the back seat, though. And his karaoke singing.
Gotta say it, brother. That's over right.
John, RC Funds. What's up, babe?
John, what's up, brother?
You haven't had a GoPro since Baltimore. Vampire, what happened to your GoPro in Baltimore, babe? Did you lose it? It broke. Oh, that sucks.
I was going to say probably bung the pole.
Ay, ay, ay.
Hit that pole hard.
Because I was ripping. You know it.
I've been working on the Source 1 frame, putting the power cube in it. I'm going to get
all right,
my
Tiff,
chin.
Give them little ones hugs. Get them ready for night-night.
Night, Tiff. Mike Chin was telling me he runs 6S on it, but I noticed on the back of ESCs it says 2 to 5S. So, but I did plug in 5S on the V1. It's only 4S. So
Night night, Lily. Well, that's good. Good grief. It was 3 weeks old, but at least you got a refund on his GoPro.
Oh yeah, John. Yeah, he got it destroyed.
And he bought a Fox Ear box too.
Traitor. They ain't gonna hold no up to you. No better in the GoPros. John's
Tell her to make sure it's after 5, Ryan, because I don't get home usually until around 5.
What?
He's going to get his mom to call me this week sometime, and we will talk cameras.
Uh-oh.
Aha.
Better know what you're doing, Ryan.
Crystal's going to learn something. Either that or your mom's going to get extremely frustrated.
She'll get off the phone and say this.
Hey, I'm a definite noob when it comes to cameras, let alone editing like this one. I'm sorry for sitting in one spot as long as it takes me to edit 3 minutes out of a video. That's too long.
Lazy.
Not lazy, it needs to be faster. Oh yeah, Brad, when you're working on somebody's house, you take advantage of daylight and you take advantage of good weather. So as long as it's still daylight, they're usually still working. Because you never know when Mother Nature will throw you a serious curveball when you're working outside. Is dinner here yet? They're really running late. Yeah, ordered pizza for dinner tonight. Chris was going to make spaghetti, and I told him, nah, I'll just order out and you can make spaghetti tomorrow night. The new Fat Sharks. Did you know there was new Fat Sharks out? MX Rider, what's up, babe?
MX Rider, what's up, brother? I said that sounds like a pizza.
I didn't even know there was new Fat Sharks out. Oh, they came out today.
Oh.
Nope, have not seen them.
I wouldn't have heard about them yet already. I got some fat stains off from this guy.
Well, that's because you're always ripping things a little too rough. Night, Dano. Love you, babe.
Night, Dano.
Thanks for joining me.
Good, bro. We need to come see you. Me and Crystal will come in there and rip your spot.
Oh, shh. Not rags. MX Rider said, just broke my leg on my dirt bike.
Oh, no.
Ouch.
That's why you're supposed to fly drones. That's why I started flying drones anyway.
Brad, Lily is Tiff and Eric's daughter. John said their box goggles with dual antenna patch built in.
Oh, okay. So they come out.
Look at you over there dropping stuff.
Yeah, drop the motor. So more or less the goggles that you guys already had that came out with diversity on them. Sounds like.
MX Rider said, not fun, laugh out loud. Yeah, drones are more safe. Well, depending on what part of your leg you broke, whether it's the femur, the tib, or the fib, depending on where it's broke, depends on how big and heavy that cast is. You can still pull off some pretty smooth moves with that. Tibia, gotcha. Been there, done that.
Either way, it sucks.
It sucks.
Cool.
And he's talking about the Attitude V5s.
Okay.
OLED screen and a pretty good diversity module for $300. Right, John. I think he put the link in there for the new Fat Shark. He's talking about the Attitude V5. Oh, Brad. Honey, let me tell you. MX Rider reminds me of Chris. When Chris was younger, riding was in his blood. Now it's flying, and no matter how many times they get hurt, they're still going to get right back on those bikes.
Oh, yeah.
He said he was being dumb doing wheelies on the street. Oh, man.
Ouchie.
True story, okay? Bad story, but true story.
You look like, hopefully the asphalt didn't chew you up like a meatball.
About 3 weeks ago, it was
That road rash.
right before Memorial Day weekend. There was a 17-year-old boy who was riding a motorcycle, not a dirt bike. Popped the wheelie, struck a curb, was thrown from the bike headfirst into a telephone pole, and did not make it. 17 years old. So, be careful. Please, I'm begging you. I know adrenaline rush. I understand that.
Do this is better than that. Trust me.
Just be careful. Yeah. And the bad thing was, 2 days before that, a 19-year-old was being pulled over in the town that I work in. Regular traffic stop. He decided to jump out of the car, run. It was 2 a.m. He's 19 years old. My son's literally a year older than that. And he jumped into a river and never made it out. So I told Chris, I said it was so sad that 2 young kids lost their lives over a bad decision. Yeah. And that's what Rusty, my son, used to tell me, "Oh, YOLO." And I'm like, yeah, you only get one life, okay? It's not a video game. You don't get a reset button, so make sure your life counts, babe. You don't want to lose it before you actually get to live it. Plummet, welcome. Thomas, welcome, babe.
Thomas, Plummet, up, brother.
Ooh, Jesus.
And Max say he's still gonna ride like so.
Well, he's got to heal first. Is the cast thigh high, my dear? When I didn't just break the tibia. I broke the tibia and the fibia when I did mine. So I had cast from toes all the way up to the hip. It sucked for a long time.
Now you got fly drum.
Ed said, guy riding down I-95 the other day on a bike got struck by lightning. Died. State trooper saw it happen.
He had no chance there.
Nope.
Hey.
Well, Brad, the good thing is I don't think Plummet rides a bike. I know he's got a truck, and I know he flies, so
Plummet rides a bike.
Plummet might plummet out of the air, but I don't think he's going to plummet from his bike, hopefully. Fingers crossed, anyway. Right, Thomas? Glad to be home for the night. Yep, that sucks. Right now I have metal pipes in different parts of my leg drilled into my bones. Looks like a jail cell. I still need another surgery in a few weeks. Ouch.
Bro, you look good.
Yeah. I know.
What the bike look like? The bike okay?
No, the bike's not okay.
Damn it. You know what the bike's okay. Now we're here. He's not told us about him. How's the bike?
Right, Ed? Plummets all the time, but he usually stops before he hits the ground.
And then Max probably
Oh, God, he said the bike was not bad at all. Laugh my ass off.
And tell me you didn't ask that question after you got your wind get back.
Michael Lambert.
Where's my bike?
Hey, babe. Good night, my dear. I hope you're feeling better. I know you're still in rehab, and that sucks, but just remember, it takes time for the body to heal.
That's for sure.
And as we get older, it takes a lot longer. Oh, yeah, Ed, the pins in the bones do suck. I can vouch for that one. And MX Rider, honey, let me fill you in. If you hadn't been able to predict weather changes before, you will now.
Just become a weatherman, bro.
I told Chris, thanks to my sinuses and the amount of surgeries that I've had and the metal that I have in my body, dude, I can be a weatherman quickly. I've had a sinus headache all day.
You can't become a man. That's
no, I'm not becoming a man. Sorry, that's not going to happen. It's a term. You know, I am not the one that is politically correct, so. Uh-oh, Adam got the Diatone Mamba stack today. He's excited.
Oh, yeah, you got that.
See, I agree, Ed. I agree 1,000%. All meteorologists, as part of their degree, should have a broken bone. They seriously should. Then they'll actually be able to predict the weather a whole lot better. At least one. If they have more than one, then they're much more qualified.
I got a Diatone Mamba in the mail today, and then we'll have one come in a couple of days. Got Ryan's today.
Oh, Adam got the prints today. What is the deal, man? I send stuff out. The tracking says, "Oh, it'll be there Thursday," and everybody gets their stuff a day early.
So I'm building this for myself. This is the Source One. Got the Team Black Sheep TBS Cube into it, 1800 kVs. I want to run 6S on it. That's the plan, but it says 5S on the ESCs, and then I'll be building this for Ryan, the Rooster.
He said your prints are pro level.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. And then finishing this up for Brother Ed once that stack comes in, which is what?
Hopefully by Friday.
They're usually.
They said 2 to 4 days.
Well,
so
about 3 days. It usually comes in earlier.
Right, Brad? If your knees are bad, they'll ache.
Yep.
I say everything from my hips down sucks, but I can definitely tell the weather from there down. Knees, ankles, all the joints. It's just like, yeah. Chris is like, what's wrong? I'm like, weather's going to change. She's like, what? It's nice out. I'm like, yeah, the weather's going to change. Watch. MX Rider, he does have a Facebook group, MD95 TSI Custom Drones.
I'm not sure that's still up.
It is still up. I get notifications from it, so it is still up.
You can go and take over.
Let me do that in my free time, my dear. Sure. But yes, he does build drones all the time. Just about everything on the wall he has built. And like he said, the yellow and black one he just held up is going to Love My Drones as his backup drone. And RDFPV has a few that he has built. I don't know if there's anybody else that's in here right now. That's not so I'm saying it's in here right now. Dronology has one that he has built. Exactly, my fault. Those two are way too much alike. Well, except one's in California and one's in Tennessee. Big difference. MX Rider said you can easily open a business building and selling. You're very talented.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I like flying, don't get me wrong, but building is where it's at for me, as you can see.
You will, MX Rider. Sometimes life takes us in different directions. Adam said, tell you don't need the diagram. The longer arms on that frame go in the back.
All right. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it put together before. Frame mounts. That's really nice. I'm gonna get that thing ripping something fast.
But yeah, he's kind of like stumbled into his passion of building. I just don't know where he's going to keep storing.
Oh, there's plenty of spots.
I know. Go ahead and say it. The ceiling.
Oh, no, this thing's getting on it.
If you're gonna do it, you might as well do it right.
Yeah, but I'm thinking black and red. I got enough black and red already.
That's right. John's got Thumper, RC Fun Diversion.
I didn't build Thumper. Though.
No, Ed, not a rabbit. Thumper the drone, remember?
I just put my hands in the Thumper a little bit. That's all.
Yeah. I like how he said that. I just put my hands in it a little bit.
I did. I didn't build the whole entire. I went through the drone. But make sure I was good with it.
Thomas said, need a room to store drones, MD? I can foster one.
Right?
We're going to have to move you closer, Thomas. He's going to be over there all the time.
I guess I'll do stink skins.
You might have to share one of those elves. John said, what FPV angle mix?
What FPV angle mix?
Uh-huh. I think he means what angle do you have that at?
This one here? I'm lost. The
Which one?
Mix, do you mean on you're talking about in the beta flight thing where you?
He said it's an option on the Snapper 7.
Option on the Snapper 7.
In beta flight?
I'm not sure.
Thomas said I can't share any more elves till November when the next batch comes out.
Right.
Oh, so the ones that you found hiding in the fridge are no longer safe. Is that what you're saying? He said it has angle and horizon and FPV angle mix.
Yeah, I've never messed with that. I kind of thought that's what you're talking about in the configurator. Yeah.
Would that be like Acro?
I'm not sure. Acro.
He said it's in beta flight and the angle mode is self-leveling.
Acro or nothing.
Vampire said it has something to do with your PIDs and the camera angle, he thinks.
That's what I was thinking too, Vampire, the angle thing. How you can put it in the configurator and then it helps you with the, so you don't got to put the yaw and the turns or something like that. I never mess with that stuff. I like to be in control. That way when something goes wrong, I can blame myself.
He said it doesn't show acro. Beep. You're right, Thomas. When you're telling your wife the directions to get here, then you definitely need road beer. See, I got you covered, babe. He said the elves are still there, but they wouldn't make the trip. Gotta have road beer.
Right?
Right? Sounds like bullcrap we don't need.
Exactly.
Chuck. Yeah, Chris is getting revenge by taking over the stream. No, he just came in a few minutes ago because he's been tinkering.
She dead set the night, Chuck. Any other time, she's like, I'm tired. She missed live, I think.
I did. I definitely missed you guys. 2 weeks without a live stream has been like, But sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
What do you think? I should have my new shirt on it back.
Oh, that would have been definite revenge. Standing here advertising a different stream. I see how you are. Yeah, I can answer that, Vampire. The stream was planned for tonight, but due to some weather complications and the fact that Chris can't host a stream at the same time that I'm streaming, That's why. Are you guys coming on next week, Chuck?
Me and Chuck will be next week.
All right, there'll be a live stream next Wednesday.
That's what I was telling you about. That's the stream.
Oh. So technically, part of it is my fault, but part of it is their fault.
What all her fault?
Oh, whatever. I've got broad shoulders. I'll take the blame. I'll take the blame that there's not a noob stream tonight.
Chuck's like, I punch her in the throat.
Later, Thomas. Thanks for joining me, babe.
Night,
Keep
Thomas.
those elves safe.
Shit. Keep them cold.
John said it has an acro trainer option.
Do it, John. Just experience. See what it does, honestly.
It'd be different.
Yeah, just be. I can't tell you what to expect, but it would be different, probably. Keep it done, Chucky.
Yeah, this is Chuck's way of letting you know that there won't be a noob stream tonight. That's why you didn't know before, Ed. And he said the TBS Unified giveaway is still coming, though, soon.
TBS Unified giveaway. I'm going to quit the noob just to be part of that.
No, you're not. You just got a shirt, so you're not quitting the noob.
I can't find my shirt. I lost it already.
It's in the bedroom.
She knows where it's at. She's always hiding. Chuck the drones for RC cars. Never. We should have Brad my RC car. Here's my tank.
Yeah, Josh had flight delays, and Chuck's driving late.
Told you I run them too. I gotta get shocks for this guy. And when it gets cold is when I mess with this.
Ed, hold up.
It's a 1/18 with a 1/10
How many times have you ever heard me blame Chris?
Castle Creations, Motor ESC.
Ed said it's always the woman's fault. I'm sure the woman would say it's the other way around.
Right, Ed?
I don't blame him. What's he talking about?
If you want one that bad, I'll buy you one. I don't know, Ferrari.
Yeah, Chuck can't host. He hops in through a phone, and you can't host on a phone. It's one of the bad things.
You have a mobile central command with that truck you got.
He does have central command in that truck, but still.
FBI should have
You know it. I am the exception to a number of rules. Many, many, many different rules. It's Josh's fault. He's in a place where there's a weather delay. He shouldn't have been there with bad weather. Come on now. Yeah, Brad, I do believe everybody in here except for if Green Frog RC is still here. And I know Ryan has, or RDFPB has some RC cars.
All of us have like a ground thing.
Well, no, because Chuck doesn't. Adam doesn't. I don't think Night Train does.
I have a truck back here too. I'm working on this winter also. So
I don't think Ed does.
I have this crawler, this little thing here. I have a couple.
Welcome back, John C.
The air is where it's at now, for me. I like it when it like snows, and that Revo is crazy fast.
Well, Ed doesn't get snow, so.
Right. Yeah. Right. Ed,
I think Ed might have seen snow maybe 2 or 3 times in Florida in the last 20 or 30 years.
He can't keep up with them cars on the ground. I feel you on that. Some of the ones I have are so fast.
Ed said I pounded the ground with a drone before. I think we've all done that. I definitely think we've all done that. And RC cars are just like drones. There are many different categories, classes, however you want to call it. You know, you have the ones that you can pick up at Walmart that you really can't modify. Then you have the ones that you can order and customize. You have the racing RCs or ones built for speed. Then you have the crawler edition, which is built to go slow but over rough and rocky and different terrain. So, but it's just like drones, quads, whatever you want to call them, air RCs. You know, there's many different categories, there's many different classes. But when you say, "Oh, I fly a drone," people look at you like you're insane.
I fly quads. Like,
but
oh, that's cool.
Anymore, and I'm talking back from when Chris first started. So 3 years ago. Josh, it's all your fault. It's all your fault. Where are you that there's a weather delay? Why are you in bad weather? Mother Nature does not like you, babe. He flies hamburgers.
Josh.
You got the ones we had as kids that had a cord connected to the controller, right? I mean, seriously, there's all different types. People don't think race drone. It's so funny because the guys at work, I mean, you guys have known how long Chris has been into this. The guys at work are just now like, "Hey, haven't you said your husband flies drones?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Because it's almost like, wait, where is this conversation going? Because I know them. I've been working with them for 12 years. So where is this conversation going? And they're like, "Have you ever seen that show?" I was like, "DRL on ESPN. Do you know how long that show's actually been on the air now?" And they're like, "No, man, I just saw it." And I'm like, "You guys are so far behind times." But it's amazing how many people that each day are learning something new about our hobby without even trying because they're into sports or whatever. And they come across it as they're flipping channels. So, you know, who knows? That's why I embrace all RCs. And that's why Chris will tell you that boat up there, he very rarely takes out because when he takes it out, Crystal hijacks it quickly. And yeah, I totally understand not having the ground hold you down, more or less, as Chuck was trying to say. But you just have to look at it as everybody is enjoying the hobby. They are all remote controlled, no matter what. I don't care if they're this size, like the little teeny tiny Matchbox RCs, or the BFQ. They're all remote controlled. So that's how you have to look at it. I agree though, Adam. I don't think he flies hamburgers either. I know he means the dildos that he's actually flying. And Chuck's saying he's gonna fly tacos. Yeah. And Clement's right. This hobby is amazing. And that's why, and when I say this hobby is amazing, the drone hobby is amazing. But when you actually embrace the entire RC hobby, instead of, "Oh, I fly, I hate ground guys," or ground guys saying, "Oh, I'm on the ground, I'm the best, I hate flyers." Well, where do the boat people fit into that? Does everybody just hate the boat RCs? I'm just asking because I don't understand the hate in the first place. Because, like I said, it's all remote control. You have a controller, a transmitter, what the hell ever you want to call that thing. It all does the same shit. it controls another vehicle. It's all the same. And can you imagine if we all actually bonded together? I mean, we're trying. You'll see a wild combination of people. I always said my channel is the melting pot, so I bring them all. Ground, air, boat, photos, vlogs. God only knows who you will find here. It's Crystal's Crazy Corner, for God's sakes. I mean, come on now. I got guys who are flying hot dogs and, or, yeah, no, nobody said they were flying a hot dog. Hamburger or a taco.
I got the hot dog.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. Back from the sky. Welcome, my dear.
Back from the sky. Good.
Ed, I haven't per se been to the beach. This is more just outside all the time. In the summer, I love being outside. Pulling weeds, whatever. A lot of this is from Nubapalooza, believe it or not, because we were outside a lot. And once I get like the base tan, it doesn't go away. But I'll definitely be getting some sun this weekend. I'd love to have been to the beach a lot more, but summer's not even summer's not even here yet. I think it's the 21st summer starts. Oh yeah, John, that's the sad thing. Why are you're tired back from the sky? I totally understand, my dear. And John, I've heard that myself. A guy say drone flyers don't have to fly. The drone does it all. He said RC plane pilots really fly. John was like, what the did you just say? John, you have to stop and
punch that fucker in the face.
No. Look, Josh said, laugh my ass off. John got triggered. I bet a lot of people would. Because our quads, drones, yeah, you let it try to do what it wants to, and dude, it's not going to do shit. It's going to go woof quickly.
What they mean by that is GPS.
Exactly. They're thinking of the GPS drones. It's his ignorance for not learning that there are other quads or drones out on the market that you actually have to fly. So, exactly, you try to explain it, it's going over his head. Just walk away. Oh, Ed, I've been on a sailboat once. Was not a good experience. You know when you have to turn the sail? There's a big long ass pole that goes with it. You better duck when you're flipping a sail from one side of the boat to the other. Like I said, not a good experience. Bob, welcome, my dear. Kenny.
Kenny, welcome.
I hope everybody's having a great week so far. Josh, you are so full of it, and that test is going to show that. He said he's having a I can't even talk, a colonoscopy, but otherwise he's great. He's full of it. Yeah, Ed, thank God I can swim, because the asshole who was on the boat with me did not let me know that they were going to change the sail, and I got smacked in the back of the shoulders, and overboard I went. But like I said, I could swim like a fish, so, and I did not get back on board. Chuck lived on a 41-foot sailboat for 3 years. That would be nice. Sailboats are a lot of work, but I know, right, Ed? I got the reverse raccoon eyes going. But hey, I mean, you can actually see that it's real sunglasses. It's not like some people that go to the tanning bed and they only have the little thing here. But yeah, I definitely have the reverse sunglasses going. I've got the flip flop thong thing going on my feet. Oops. It happens, right? Oh, watch out, Josh. Make sure you don't have this type of doctor. Back from the Sky says, I know about a butt doctor that put two fingers as he was doing an exam. He said it was a second opinion. Oh, of course, Josh wants that number. Right, Bob? You're a well done piece of toast with your tan. That's what happens when you're outside all the time. You don't realize the amount of sun that you're actually absorbing. It's not been a while, Josh. I mean, come on, Nubapalooza 3 was not that long ago.
It's been a while. You know that we ain't been a while?
No, he was not talking about not flying for a while. Do you see this? He's going through Josh withdrawal.
I'm just looking not flying nobody withdrawal.
Right, John? Just make sure the doctor does not rest both of his hands on your shoulders.
I better come too. He does. All right.
I know, Ed, but like I said, asshole. And let's just say payback was a bitch. And you know that's funny, Back from the Sky, because when I'm at a pool, I don't wear goggles. If I'm out in the ocean, I don't wear goggles. So it's just like it, and normally I don't have sunglasses on, but I definitely did then. Oh Lord. I hope he gave you a discount, Back from the Sky, since he didn't use grease. I mean, he's got to give you some type of a deal. Yeah, Bob, I think Chuck's the kind of full fist kind of guy. You can tell it is Wednesday. Good night, Vampire. Thanks for joining me, babe.
All right, Vampire. Keep breaking shit.
Well, Brad, in that case, I don't think I'm ever going to hit 50, babe. I'm just going to jump that number and skip it. Right, Ed? I'm with you. I don't really do doctors, so it's about time that plane's taking off, Josh. I told you about the bad weather. Be safe, baby. Willie! Yes, Crystal is alive. Ah, took a couple weeks off. I'm sorry, my dear. I have missed you guys. Am I sure? Wait, is Willie sure that I'm alive? Yes. Of course I'm alive, Chuck. You know that. Am I sure that I missed you guys? Yes, of course I'm sure I missed you guys. What is the "are you sure" in reference to? Could be many, 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 many different things. Yeah, I hear you. Just like you don't miss flying with anybody, right? Uh huh. Now y'all know he's full of shit. Yeah, poor Josh. I don't think he'll be getting home until around midnight. Maybe a little later now. Oh, Willie said, I thought your husband killed you with a drone.
Nah.
No, they did. They would have probably had his head on a post if Crystal disappears by death by drone. Yeah, right? No, Adam, he's 21. Because he's legal to drink, so he's 21. Ed said, you're not taking that away. Very true, back from the sky. Some people are as good as dead. They're just too stupid to lay down. Right? 21. Oh, God. No, Kenny, I don't wish I was 21 again. No way. I'm with you, back from the sky. I think I have clothes that might be 21 years old. Bob, I was pregnant when I was 21, so it was an interesting year. Oh, Chuck was pregnant when he was 21 too. Aha! Is it true that a perfect man can go all night and then turn into a pizza? Well, let's think about this now. Go all night. That can be done. Turn into a pizza. That's going to be interesting. And what the hell would you want them to do that for? Because if they're the perfect man, you want it to keep going. So well, back from the sky, honey, I think she was a little twisted, we shall say. Right, Ed? You're hanging with some weird women. Mr. Crowley says he turns into a Reese's cup.
Sean.
Okay. Are you the one that's filled with the Reese's Pieces? Or, I mean, it was 79 there, Willie. It wasn't that bad here today. It was,
Breezy.
Yeah, it was breezy, but no rain. And 70s to 80s, so it wasn't that bad. Not extremely hot, kind of like an overcast type day. Oh, Chuck says he still is, but fat, hairy whores are in low demand at the moment. You're just not advertising yourself, babe. You have to, I mean, think of all these apps now. You can even be tied up on an app. No, 80 degrees does not suck. See, I like the warm weather, so we can go 80, 90. Depending on if we get a break from the humidity, we can push 100, and I'm happy. '60 is more Chris's weather, not mine. He likes that cold crap. Yep. Right? Sort of like that rock group. She was a twisted sister. Adam, I can understand that because Rusty now hates life when it's hot out. I think it's just like being in that building in the heat, and no. But me personally, I love the heat. Chris and I are like polar opposites on that. He's like, it's hot. I don't want to go out there. I don't want to. It's like, come on. Right, Ed? 80 feels like AC to me. You guys are running AC down there all the time. Right, Bob. 80 is t-shirt riding the bike weather.
Yeah.
Well, Brad, the prep may be worse than the procedure and they knock you out for the camera to go up there, but have you ever seen that guy who was recording on his phone and heard the bullshit that those doctors talk about and discuss about you while you're under? And it's not just for that type of procedure. It's for all types of procedures. Willie said he read about a guy who got arrested for playing basketball naked in Florida. Ed, were you playing basketball? Oh, that was DW that was playing basketball naked. Okay. Mm-hmm. Right, Ed? Poor Kenny gets that white crap, 9, 10 months out of a year? That's why he goes to like Mexico and places like that on his vacations. Well, very true, back from this guy. You can't take off clothes in the public. But yeah, I don't know. I like the warm weather. Exactly. The humidity is what makes the heat terrible. If you get 100 degrees with no humidity, it's beautiful. But normally we have 100-degree days with anywhere from 80 to 90% humidity. So it's like, yeah, can't breathe. Oh, Brad, I've had enough surgeries that I learned a long time ago not to worry about what every doctor was doing. And true story, Chris was a witness to the doctor who did one of my leg surgeries talking to another doctor about getting prescriptions filled for his girlfriend before they went on vacation the very next day. So, yeah, they all have their own little quirks. Ooh, 36 degrees Celsius last week. That's getting warmer. Bob said, I'm naked now. Well, Bob, honey, I remember you running out in the snow to get wood to put in the fireplace naked. Very true, back from the sky. They are extremely quick to prescribe medication. And see, Kenny, our summers here, we can actually heat up May in like the middle of May. It can actually start heating up, and then it's May, June, July. August is one of our hottest months. September. If you get an Indian summer, you're going to push it into October. So, right, Chuck? I'd be more worried if Bob wasn't naked. The only time Bob's not naked is when he's riding that bike. Now, he might have a skirt on, but at least he's not naked. Paul, good evening, my dear. I saw that, Willie. A Florida woman who got arrested for squeezing her boyfriend's man parts. And apparently she more or less not only squeezed, she was squishing. And if I read the little blip correctly, said woman had nails. So, but question is, what did he do? And no, I did not read the article, so I don't know what he did. Oh, yeah, the humidity in New York can be atrocious, just like Maryland. But the bad thing is the heat and the humidity in a city is different than in the country, because at least here we can get more of a cooling breeze. There, it's like the buildings and the concrete just hold the heat. It's insane. Right, Bob? You had wood while you were getting wood. Yep. A little bit of frozen wood, but yeah, you had it. 6 months till Christmas. Start your shopping. Ha ha, Mr. Crowley. Ha 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 ha. You had to go there. Well, wait, isn't it Christmas in July? So, I mean, you got to start your shopping then, right? So, what's Sean buying for herself? I mean, I know how you guys Christmas shop. Ouch! Night training only takes 14 pounds of pressure to kill a man that way. Right, Chucky left the toilet seat up. I'm sorry. That's no excuse. Very good question back from the sky. Have you been naughty or nice, Mr. Crowley? Oh, look, there's Kenny. Speaking of winter vacations, it's almost time to book for next winter. They usually book in July to go in January. Yes, Brad, there is a song about Mr. Crowley. Oh, Ed. Ed, I gotta love you. Ed is definitely my southern brother. Hey, you know, technically, RC Fun Diversion's also from New York. My next door neighbor's from New York. Ouch. They got into an argument and he thought they were done with the argument, so he went to sleep and she attacked him in bed. Now, see, that's just foul. That is seriously just foul. Dude, I mean, at least let the man defend himself. Don't even worry about it back from the sky. They will pickle you hard. Oh, Lord. Well, Adam, if you don't remember or you haven't seen it, our dear friend, Deaf Drone Pilot Scott, did one of those Bigfoot videos. He actually captured some sound and it was used in one of the videos. So keep your eyes out. If I can find it, I'll send you the link to it. Right, Night Train? They say never go to bed angry, but I mean, come on now. If he thought the argument was over and she was just harboring a grudge to get even with him when he's defenseless, that's just foul. I don't care who you are, that's foul. That is for sure, Ed. The more you get picked on, the more you're loved. Oh, Ed, let me just phrase this. Ha ha. Ed. Homie Paul, I don't remember all the details, but he said it was a really weird sound, and then somebody I can't say that word. put it up for analysis. So apparently, they actually got it ruled as something that some animal that was never heard of before. Very true now, but Scott was not always deaf. For those of you who don't know, Deaf Drone Pilot has Meniere's disease that causes him to lose his hearing slowly over time. Well, not necessarily slowly, it can go at any time, but back then he actually had hearing, so. Oh, I'm sure back from the sky. And you're very, very true on that, John. Well, Ed, Florida is just New Yorkers' retirement state. I mean, Ed is a transplant down there himself. Ed's from Alabama, so. Moneybag Prem. Yes, today is Wacky Wednesday. No, he's back there soldering. I'm not doing that. Man, I mess up his soldering. Ooh. Up, out, whatever it is. All the way around, right? Yeah, uh-huh. Now she wants to tell him she's sorry. I don't suggest she gets anywhere near him at the moment. Can you imagine? Oh, yeah, I'm in the back of the police car. Can I get out and let my boyfriend know that I'm sorry that I just squished his man parts? You're lucky your ass isn't going to get slugged if you go anywhere near him. And I can't say I would blame him at that moment. Right? No. Hey, John, you're always learning something. Every day you're learning something new. Oh, Lord, back from the sky says he's younger than Love My Drones. Oh, Lord. Ed said that ain't saying much. You're looking old as dirt here. No, awful is foul. What are y'all talking about now? What's foul, Ryan? Awful is foul? Look, if you get your man part squeezed, it's awful, it's foul. There's it's just wrong. Oh, Lord. Well, Bob's just kind of like into some freaky things. So, Back from the Sky said losing hearing can be a blessing if you're married.
Yeah.
Squish. Squish. I'm not talking about holy squish. Squish. No, 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 no. Ed, I don't believe so, Ed. I'm just. He's definitely a transplant, but I don't think he's the other. Very true. Very true, Paul. It only hurts if you get your fingers caught or other things. No, he said you take 2 bricks and you slam them together. It only hurts if you get your fingers caught. Yes, for sure. Lorena Bobbitt cuts off the man parts, but her fatal, stupid mistake was just throwing it out the window on the way out. I mean, And there was actually a woman who did that in Japan. But the bad thing was her husband was in the hospital, so she broke into the hospital, cut it off, and left the hospital with it or threw it out the window or something, but they could not get it reattached in time. The deaf and dumb breakfast? What'd you say? Nothing. Oh, Bob, you don't want them to walk on it in high heels? How about stilettos? I know squish ain't here, Chuck. I meant as in squish that woman did to that guy.
I told him, Chuck,
Squish. Very true. Very true, very true. It did make him a porn star. To add a dick to me? You know, some guys don't need to have add a dick to me added. They're already a large enough one.
Chuck
Chuck, you better get him. Exactly. That would have been perfect. When I turned around and told him that, he should have said, "What? Huh?" Very true, Kenny. Everyone can be a porn star if they want to be. Different strokes for different folks. You video it, they will watch it. As long as it says porn in the title, I guarantee you somebody will click on it. I don't suggest you do that on YouTube because you will get banned quickly, but
maybe. You get a bunch of strikes now before you kick you off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right? Drone porn. Just, there you go. And then make a tag of porn. I bet your views would go off the hook. Oh, Willie, Bob is freaky. Yep, I've known Bob for quite a while. Bob's freaky. John Wayne Bobbitt's favorite book in the Bible is 2 Peter. Yeah, the Kardashians have made a living out of it for sure. Nuh-uh, did he really? Oh, never mind. Jesus. Oh, you think his third 20th birthday will be there before you know it, Ed? I don't know. Maybe it's already there, and he's just not telling you. Who knows? Just goes to show. Chuck, your selective hearing is turned on. Either that or your brain's not registering what I'm talking about. Squish, not holy squish. Squish. Homie Paul, I cannot explain it to you because I do not understand it myself. Family with money? I don't know. Squish. You are not picking up what I'm putting down. And no, we're not discussing Pamela Anderson's tits. Either. Night, Kenny. It's almost like a shelf, and if you haven't noticed, it's just. And Bob, the sad thing is, I have a feeling I know exactly what you're talking about with frozen gerbil porn. And it's sad that I even know anything or have heard anything at all about that. But I guess that just goes to show, Ed, I am the exception to the rule. Which one, Brad? There's many of them, and they're all old and ugly, but people still watch them. Leave it to Chuck and Bob. You sure it's just wrong to freeze them, huh? Chuck probably still wants them alive. Well, I mean, you just have to give it time, right? I mean, because as we've seen, I'm not tablet face tonight. DW, what's going on, babe? How's Robin? So she was going in for surgery earlier. Yeah, she might look 30 years younger, but I mean, think about it. What hasn't she got lifted or is fake? Think about it. Oh, I didn't know if you'd got any updates over the phone, babe. Yes, Ryan, Different Strokes. Well, it was a TV show. I'm not sure it's still on anymore. Uh-oh, there you go, Ed. Carlos will be 57 in September 21st. You're waiting on your lifted mustache? You want to look younger? I know, you just want Chris's baby face. Any of those women, think about it. And yes, Cher's had numerous surgeries, so. But no, they were talking about Pamela Anderson. I thought so, Willie. To each their own, Chuck. To each their own. Just remember, when you're doing that, numerous other people have been there as well. And when she stands up, they almost hit the knees, right? Alvin, welcome, my dear. Right? Different strokes is just when you turn your hand upside down. Chuck and no. Well, come on now. Pammy from Tool Time. Pammy from, the hell was that show called? Baywatch, not Babe Watch. Fake ones are too hard. The real ones flop, flip, flop, move. What do y'all want? Come on now. You guys can't even make up your own mind. Yeah, that's almost what I said, homie Paul, was Babe Watch. That's what everybody used to call it. So that's what they should have named that show. Chuck said, I want it all. Boob watch. Really? That's crazy. The only person still alive from that show was Willis. Mm. God, that makes me feel old now. They used to have different strokes on. Then they would have there was a show that had, I think, 4 or 5 sisters, and they were like foster girls. I don't remember what that show was called, but you have a Saturday channel over there called Babe Watch. Uh-huh. Very good point. Very, very good point. So women put on makeup, paint their nails, change the color of their hair, get fake boob jobs, and then they go out trying to look for a real man. The ones that crack me up the most, I know some of you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about when I say Spanx, and I'm not talking about spanking a behind. It is a the hell is that shit called? Spandex material that holds everything in. Well, here's my thing, okay? When you go to get in bed with a man, you have to take that off. So, what the hell was the point in the first place? What are you hiding? Nothing. That's it, the facts of life. Yep. About a boarding school for girls. It had Tootie as one of the girls, and Joe was like the tomboy, and Natalie, and I don't even remember the rest of them. Very good point. What's the point of bra fillets? None? The facts of life of Butch training camp. Well, may have been. Okay, there you go, Blair. Yeah, she was the blonde high class Mrs. Garrison. See? You guys remember. But honestly, I mean, you think about it. Guys don't do all that. You either like them the way that they are or you don't. So, why do women have to attempt to subject themselves to all that shit? Because let me tell you how much time they waste in a day by doing that. A lot. My aunt used to spend 3 hours on hair and makeup, and I'm like, why? Why? You're not going to wake up next to somebody in the morning with your hair done and your makeup on. Well, sorry to tell you, Ed and Carlos, but you get what you get because certain people are just destined to have much larger breasts than a handful or a mouthful. Sorry about your luck, Chuck. Unless she's one of these women that are getting up really early in the morning, and yeah, she'll have her face on. It just won't be all that makeup and all that shit. I know you do, Ed. You love tatas in all shapes and forms. Ed said, bring on the tatas. I don't care what they are. See? Motorboat, 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 motorboat. Oh, Brad, Chuck can be a very bad, bad man. Very true. It would be very scary to roll over to a faceless creature. Oh, Paul's sitting there going, oh boy. Very true. Very true. If not 20 pounds of shit out of a 5-pound bag. If you don't believe me, look up the videos on YouTube where these women have tried these things on. It's like, dude, if you're having that much trouble getting into that, what the hell is the point? It's almost like you need to take a pair of scissors and cut them off. And if you knew how much those things cost, if you came anywhere near them with a pair of scissors, they're probably going to punch you. They are, Brad. They're trying to squeeze themselves skinny, but when they take those clothes off, their real size comes out no matter what. That's why you should just be happy with who you are. And if you're not happy with who you are, you need to start becoming comfortable in your own skin. It takes time, but you have to accept you for who you are. Right, Chuck? You know, it's like, oh, wait, I'll push the button. I'll push the button. I'll push that button. I'll push that button. I mean, all right. Think of it this way, right? You sleep with somebody famous, and then it comes out 6 months, 6 weeks, 6 days, 6 years later that said famous person has said STD. What goes through your mind? Especially when said person knew what said person had. Eh, that's foul. Right, Paul? You see that red button in the middle? Don't touch it. I told you, Chuck is just a bad man at times. You go right ahead, Chuck. Metrosexual look? I have not heard of that yet. I guess I am behind times. Right, Willie? I'm with you. I'm going to get paid. I'm seriously going to get paid. I'm going to be highly pissed, but I'm going to make sure I get paid. Said person is a skank, homie Paul. He's talking about the skinny jean wearing latte drinkers. Wait. RC Funds, are you still in here? I know you like the lattes, but do you wear the skinny jeans? Love you, babe. No, it's only one. One that pushes my buttons. You know that, Chuck. I mean, yeah, I call Amber a skank, but Amber hasn't done what that woman's done. And I use that term extremely loosely. Right? Too tight to pay for coffee. Bob, you're just too willing, honey. You are just way too willing. Frank, hey, babe, how are you? Right? Coffee is cheap. Coffee's cheaper than lattes. Or, wait, Bob, I know exactly what you mean. But it's skink, not skank. You're just trying to add to the reptile collection at your house. I gotcha. Oh, Lord. Bob just said he wants John in skinny jeans. That'll work. Awesome. And I'm sure Frank is going to detail that the same way he does all of his things. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bob, you better look out. Chuck said he'd hit John in skinny jeans. Oh, God, no. I am not buying and putting Chris in skinny jeans at all. Not happening. Mm-mm. Willie would probably fall out on the floor if I did that. Yes, I have heard that one back from the sky. No, Alvin's still here. Alvin, I got Papa John's for dinner tonight, babe. Well, Brad, sometimes, if you actually look into European cars and some of the European luxury cars, those things are handmade more or less, so you got to pay for that. What's for dinner, Alvin? And did you make dinner tonight, or was it somebody else's turn to cook? No, I think Alvin was talking about his dinner, not a John sandwich. Right, Willie? The only thing I have to say about skinny jeans on guys is, but to each their own. I'm not judging anybody. That's like the guys who have the deep, long sag. Why? I don't understand that one either. Oh, hey, baby, I'm not blocking anything. Told you. Not blocking anything. What happens, happens, but it's all good. Dave's Cosmic Subs. Never heard of them. Cold cut subs or hot subs? Willie, what'd you have for dinner tonight, babe? You're always making something good. A hot torpedo? Could be. Nothing. You haven't eaten yet, babe? That makes two of us. And apparently Ed's not eaten yet solid foods either. I had a strawberry and kale shake. Different. I've never had a smoothie nor a shake with kale. Oh, Bob's gonna make my mouth water. Pork loin, mashed taters, and corn. Mmm. Bob, I think you were the one eating the best out of all of us tonight. Right? I guess it's my fault though, Ed. I'll take the blame for that one because I asked what everybody had had for dinner. So, yep, that's my fault. Alvin still hasn't said what he's had for dinner. Who knows? Maybe he got that John sandwich and he's just not saying. Right, Bob? That's the same thing that the neighbor said. I make her mouth water. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful night, babe. Thanks for stopping in. You've had nothing as of yet. I understand that. But you also just stopped a little while ago. Oh, here we go. Garlic and lemon pepper chicken breast, fettuccine alfredo, and green beans. Mmm. Mmm. Right, Ed? All this talk about salami and footlongs. Poor Chuck. I had chili cheese hot dogs last night. They weren't footlongs, but they were there. All right, Bob. Did you make gravy or just the juice from the pork loin? Just the juice and a touch of butter. Oh, look, we've made Paul hungry now. He might go make a smoked bacon, mushroom, and tomato omelet. That actually sounds really good. Chuck's hungry. He's going to find something to eat. He says, damn it, y'all done made me hungry and John's not here, so. Ooh, with a sprinkle of grated cheddar on it. Mmm. Great food! Well, Chuck, if you're really truly leaving me, thanks for hanging out, babe. And sorry I wouldn't let Chris have my time zone. You'll have to punish me later. Just know I love you, babe. Good night, Willie. Thanks for joining me, babe. Oh, Chuck, Bob said don't be eating his half of the John Sammy now. And y'all didn't work out which half is which, so you better get in contact with Bob and make sure you don't eat his half. Look, enjoy it, homie Paul. Sorry, my dear, we've done made everybody hungry, including myself. That's sad. Alfalfa sprouts with avocado and a honey mustard sauce. Actually, not that bad. Never tried that. I've never actually had alfalfa sprouts. I don't care for avocado, at least in guacamole. I've never actually tried avocado by itself. The honey mustard sauce sounds pretty good, though. You're right. Chuck will probably lick your half and then let you know about it. Oh my God, sharp cheddar is, just get a block of it and just, oh. Ed, believe it or not, my grandmother, right, used to take a frying pan, and people have laughed, and I don't care. It's good. She'd take a frying pan, she'd take a block of cheddar cheese and just slice it and lay it in the frying pan and let it melt. It was fried cheese, but oh my God. And I know you don't know what scrapple is, but if you put that cheese over top scrapple, oh, yum. Bill, Newfound Drone Productions. Welcome, my dear. Congratulations. Bill was on the news for his amazing drone photography. Those pictures are absolutely breathtaking. That's why I say you guys get to take me places that I don't get to go just by your footage without even realizing it. You don't have to thank me, Bill. It's the God's honest truth, babe. Scrapple is delicious, Alvin. Chuck actually got to experience Scrapple while he was here for Nuba Palooza, and he said, "Yum!" So yeah, Scrapple is the bomb. Unfortunately, it's only available, I believe, in like Pennsylvania, Delaware, and Maryland. But it may not be the best thing health-wise on the market, but it's mighty tasty. That it is mighty tasty. Yep, only available in a couple states. Right? It's And the only way we'll get to see those places, Carlos, unless you got a lot of money, is by their footage. There's a lady, God, I don't want to get this wrong, and I probably will. I think Eva is from Germany. And I think you know who I mean. And she films different historical sites and also does like almost like a mini documentary about where she's filming. Oh my God, beautiful. Reaper, welcome, babe. Exactly, Alvin. Watching it get made's a bit gross, but so is a lot of things. If you honestly sit down and watch how something is made from beginning to end, you would probably never eat half of the things that you ever eat. Exactly, Carlos. And then I used to watch a lady. I haven't seen hardly anything she's done in a while. Her name was Drone Girl. She was from Ireland, and she would do the same thing. And she had a son that she used to take with her all the time, but since he's growing up, I haven't seen a lot of stuff from her anymore. Either that or YouTube just hates me again and hasn't given me any of the notifications. Glad you could make it, babe. Hanging out with the family. Yeah, I don't know if Chuck didn't put out the notification that there would not be a noob tube tonight because Josh had weather delays And since I hadn't streamed in 2 weeks, I wasn't giving up another week. So, yeah. Chris couldn't host, Josh couldn't host, and poor Chuck can't host because he's on a mobile. Oops. Oh, yeah. Cheese. You don't even want to know how certain things are made. And see, that's the thing. Growing up on a farm, I saw a lot more things than most will ever see. Not necessarily the FDA proper version of the way things are done, but it was all edible, and that's what you had to eat. So that's why I say people who they don't know where things come from, or they just assume that things just come from a grocery store and they have no idea how they got there in the first place. They crack me up. I didn't. I cannot take any credit at all for this, Bill. This is all Chris. He cleaned up all that. And yeah, I do have a Mr. Clean living with me at times. When it starts plucking his nerves, that's when things get that way. He'll just go through and everything has to be arranged, and then he gets in his building phases and it becomes a disaster again. Oops. Now, of course, my side is over here and it is a disaster. But he doesn't touch my side and I don't touch his usually, so it's just more or less an agreement. That way we can still find everything that we know is over there. Organized chaos. Oh my god, extra sharp cheddar. Mmm. Yeah, Bill, his brothers used to laugh and joke, and they're like, "Oh, you got a kitchen bitch," and I'm like, "Yep." And you know what? A lot of people hate me because I can come home to a nice home cooked dinner and a clean house, and they don't get that luxury. Oh well, I played my cards right. And yes, he can cook, so I did get extremely lucky. Yeah, he actually had to make some new hangers. I told him he's running out of space again. I don't know. We'll see. One of these days we'll go to live stream and they'll be hanging from strings. The good thing is I won't have to duck, but he will. Well, guys, I am going to go have my dinner. I know some of you have not had dinner either. Oh, God, Reaper, don't give him any ideas. If it was up to him, we'd have several more rooms. Can't do that, though, until I actually buy a piece of land, and that's just not in the cards right at the moment. I already have to worry about him zooming around me, Brad. I mean, what's one falling off the ceiling? Well, good night, Carlos. Thank you so much for joining me. Yes, my dear, I will try to put a bug in his ear about the golf course. Right? I wish I had like a 40 by 80 shot to play in. What we couldn't do. See? Ed, you go enjoy your dinner, my dear. I'm going to go enjoy my pizza. You guys all have a wonderful night. Here's to a great rest of the week. We will see you back on the Drone Network on Friday. Night Train will be running his live stream, hopefully, if I'm correct, tomorrow night. Let me know. So until next time, guys, I love you all. Yep, Night Train is on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So make sure you stop by and say hey. And then the Drone Network will be back on Friday. So until then, guys, I'll catch you all later on. Love you guys.